Here, just off the highway on the border between Arkansas and Oklahoma, there lives a bit of our nation's history. It's the headquarters of the 4th U.S. Cavalry 5th Military District, Fort Chickamauga. An official Army installation complete with barracks, stores, and churches, all exactly as it existed after the Civil War.
Ready. Aim. Fire!
So we dropped by to see what life was like in 1870. Hey, listen, where's the boss?
Colonel, you is out there.
It's obvious that this is a cavalry post. Hey, is anybody in there?
May I help you?
Yeah, my name is Bill Rafferty. I was sent here by NBC.
In that case, I'll turn you over to the Sergeant Major. Sergeant Major?
Sir.
I told the Sergeant Major that I'd come to take a look around the fort. He wasn't too choked up about it, but said he'd bend the rules on enlistment and let me join up for the afternoon.
About face. It's the wrong direction. You're getting ready. Forward, march.
Then we went off to get me a uniform and boots, and I started getting used to life in the cavalry. Meanwhile, the troops were out stamping and shooting styrofoam, practicing their rifle and saber drill. As soon as the Sergeant Major issued me a uniform, I came out to talk to some of the troops. Chaplain, what do you have to do here?
Act as chaplain for the fort. Really, we have a ministry to the fort and also to the public here.
Gary, how long have you been in the cavalry?
Since 1969.
While you've been in the cavalry, have you ever been decorated for any acts of gallantry or bravery in the field?
Well, I was awarded the Medal of the Purple Hoof for mine. This is awarded to an officer who does something on a horse who makes himself look ridiculous in front of his troops.
Larry, you're a doctor. Do you find you can be kept busy?
Well, we had a fracture here last spring.
Mm-hmm. Well, what would you do with a young man in 1979 who wanted to enlist in the cavalry?
I would refer them to a doctor in the hospital and let him handle the case and follow it up with him.
Who goes out and scrounges up new recruits for the outfit?
The colonel himself is the best scrounger, although he gives us the leads to follow up.
What was the hardest thing you've had to do?
Oh, hitting trees with my face is the hardest. The physical injuries. I didn't know how to ride when I started. I do now.
Is your job here a lot of hard work, or are you guys just having fun?
Both.
Later on, the colonel and I went for a ride, and he explained to me what all of this meant to him personally. Colonel Jeffries, we've had a little bit of fun with you here today.
You bet.
And I hope you have in mind that. But
we've enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think it's easy for somebody to come in here not knowing a lot about you and make fun of what they see here. Do you ever sometimes forget that you are pretending to be in the past?
What you're dealing with here is 130 years of military history. You're dealing with 130 years of history that took us through the Civil War. It took us through the Indian War period. It took us through the Dust Bowl days, World War I, II, and all these things, and took us to the moon. It was really like the heartbeat of America. We want to keep that heartbeat strong. We're not trying to advocate living in the past. We want people to take good, hard look at what this country was all about. We're a great nation, but sometimes we pull ourselves down. And I think this is what this fort is all about, is to keep us from tearing ourselves down. And hopefully, if I were to die tomorrow and come back 200 years hence, there'd be a 4th U.S. Cavalry here.
Colonel, in the event of nuclear attack on Oklahoma City, how long would it take you guys to get there?
We'd probably put our horses in trailers and be there in about 4 hours.
The boys aren't always accurate, but they are enthusiastic. This is Bill Rafferty on temporary assignment with the U.S. 4th Cavalry in the heart of Cherokee Nation, near the Arkansas border, where I've met some real people.